What's going on, guys? Got another comic book haul video for you. It's not a very big one this time, just stacks from two different places. The first stack is from a couple shops in Las Vegas. My wife and I went out there a couple weeks ago, and I got to go to two different shops while I was out there. I can't remember the name of this first one. But I went. Oh, this is the only one I bought books from, actually. Yeah. So I went to one of the Torpedo Comics locations. They have two out there. We went to one of them. I didn't pick up anything from there. It was a cool store. They have lots of statues and toys set up in really cool cases, really big, high quality statues that were really cool to look at. The store was very well decorated, and just a really cool store. The books were market price for most of them. They had a few dollar bins. Didn't really find anything in those, though. I was hoping to find some variants there because I know they do a lot of variants and sell a lot of stuff online. So I was hoping to find maybe some cheap exclusive, like retailer exclusives or incentive variants. And they did have a bunch of a bunch of variant boxes, but nothing really caught my eye. So I didn't pick anything up from those either. But it's a cool store. That came on my radar because right around the pandemic, I think they were doing, they might have been doing this before the pandemic, but when I became aware of them, they were doing mystery boxes, and a lot of people were doing the mystery box unboxing videos. So that's how I heard of them. And the drummer from System of a Down is related to Torpedo Comics somehow. I don't know if he's the owner or one of the partners or something, but I know he has some affiliation with it. And it was pretty cool. In the location we went to, they had one of the drum sets from that guy set up, and it was comic related. I can't remember what kind of artwork was on it or anything, but it was pretty cool. And they had, like I said, lots of cool statues. There's a giant Millennium Falcon, a giant Silver Surfer, just really cool stuff. Lots of spectacle for Vegas, of course, so to be expected, but definitely worth checking out. I had fun there, even though I didn't buy anything. So the next store, like I said, I can't remember the name of it, but I did buy some stuff there. It was a lot smaller than Torpedo. They had a few back issues, price back issues, but then mostly they had a bunch of dollar boxes and 50-cent boxes, so that's where I dug through most of the time I was there. I did find a couple of priced Ninja Turtle books here that we'll start with. This first one is just number 4 from the IDW run. So it's just an early IDW issue. I've got number 1, the incentive variant for that, but this is the earliest one of the regular. This is just the cover A. So I was happy to find that. It was $6, so just a couple dollars more than cover price. And I have a hard time finding these Ninja Turtle books in the stores around me, so whenever I go to a store in a different town, I always check the Ninja Turtle section. And they had a bunch of Ninja Turtle books, a lot of the incentives too, for like $5 and $6. But I'm not going to buy those just to buy them unless I really like the artwork on the cover, or if I don't have the issue already. And unfortunately, that was not the case with any of them, even though they probably had 20 or 30 of the incentive variants that I'd never seen before, but the artwork really just didn't grab me, and I either had the issues already or didn't want to buy doubles. So I just got number 4 there, and then this was a retailer incentive cover that I did like. This was a one-shot Ninja Turtles IDW 2020. This was $3. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like they're somewhere in the Middle East, maybe. I think IDW did a bunch of one-shots to celebrate their 20th anniversary, maybe, or maybe these just came out in 2020. I'm not sure, but either way, I'd never seen it before. Ninja Turtle book for $3 that I don't have. I will pick it up pretty much every time. And let's see. I think the rest of one more Ninja Turtle book. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Universe number 14. This is just cover A. Just got this one. This was $2. Just a really cool Freddie Williams cover, and that's why I picked it up. And speaking of Freddie Williams, I got the Bequest, I think it's pronounced The Bequest. Yeah, The Bequest. Number 1 for 50 cents. This is a recent Freddie Williams. I think this is a creator-owned project that he did. It's a 4-issue miniseries published by Aftershock. So I found numbers 1, and I'll show number 2 in a second. They're both 50 cents. But this is cool. He does all the interior art as well as the covers, and I really like the panel layouts on these. Are really cool. It's lots of splash pages, lots of varying designs. There's a double splash page with some smaller panels that I really liked, so that was cool. And then this is like a fantasy book. It kind of reminded me of the Masters of the Universe movie, the live-action movie with Dolph Lundgren in the late 80s, because these guys on the cover, they're from an alternate or different dimension, but then they come into the Earth dimension and have to deal with all the stuff on Earth. So it's pretty fun. And one cool thing in the back here, they have character sheets for all the main characters. So I thought that was pretty cool, because it's definitely like this is the role-playing party. I think he's the thief and the adventurer. There's the warlock, there's a fairy, there's a dragon. So just really fun read. So I got number 1 and number 2. Those are both 50 cents each. This was kind of funny. So I didn't get this at Torpedo, but Torpedo, I guess the store that I got it from, bought it from somebody who had bought it from Torpedo. They've got their own boards here that I thought was pretty funny. And then it's got the price tag. It was like $5, $4 or $5, whatever cover price probably was, but for 50 cents, I was happy to find that. Another 50-cent book here. This is Appleseed. This is book 1, volume 5. Just a cool Masamune Shiro book. He writes it and does the interiors as well. It's all black and white. Just that cool late 80s, early 90s manga style. He's one of my favorites, so anytime I can find his books for cheap, I'll pick them up. And just 2 more books from the shop in Vegas. Got this Aspen Comics Legacy. This is kind of a history of Aspen Comics, the imprint that Michael Turner started. This came out in 2018, I think, so it was about 10 years after he died. But they kind of do a little retrospective, talk about how Aspen was formed, talk about the titles that were launched with the imprint and everything. So it's pretty cool. Nice little tribute to Michael Turner, and just lots of good information in there. And then speaking of Aspen, I got the Soulfire number 4. Got this one just because it's that Jim Lee cover. Face looks kind of funny, but Jim Lee, 2004. I don't know, she's kind of squinting or something, but I don't know. Jim Lee for 50 cents. I'm not going to say no to that. And then the second stack of books, these are from that pop-up comic shop I talk about a lot. They were having their last sale basically before they close up for the winter time. They close up around Halloween, so I went over there one more time, and I was just looking for weird stuff that I don't see anywhere else, and I found a couple of new books that I got for cheap, including the Smurfs number 1. This was $2.50. I don't know, these go online for $10-15, sometimes less than that, but it's a really good clean copy for $2.50. I was happy to find that. And then Simpsons books, a lot like the Ninja Turtle books around here. They don't have a lot of Simpsons books in the shop, so whenever I can find them for cheap, I'll pick them up. And this one was $2.50, which is probably a little more than cover, but it's number 242. I don't know how long that ran, or I guess it's still not running anymore. I don't know if Bongo folded or what, but it's pretty recent. It looks pretty recent. So, is there a date on there? It's 2018. So yeah, I don't know what happened to Bongo. Maybe they're still around. They're just not publishing. But my favorite find there was the Sweet A-Team number 1. Got this for $3. I'm not sure if this is the first appearance of Mr. T in comics, but it probably is, unless they did like a Rocky 3 adaptation, and we got Clubber Lang and it was Hulk Hogan Thunder Lips, which I would love to find as well. I'm not sure if they did any Rocky adaptations, but if they did, I will definitely pick that up. But I was really happy to find this A-Team #1. It's in pretty good shape for $3. And got Mr. T prominently featured on the cover there, as he should be. And then, speaking of Mr. T, couldn't leave this one behind after finding that A-Team. This is Mr. T and the T-Force. This is some 90s goodness. It's polybagged, and it's got a trading card, and it's got Mr. T, so how can you not love that? The rest of these are all $1, yeah. And more 90s goodness. We got the Valiant Vision starter kit. This is the 3D comic. This is still in the poly bag. It's got the 3D glasses. So full 90s gimmick mode engaged on this one as well. So I was happy to find that. You find these littered in dollar bins and 50-cent bins, but they're usually out of the bags and beat up pretty good. So this one was in really good shape. So I was happy to find that. And then a couple Halloween themed books I got. Like I said, this was a couple weeks ago, so it was right before Halloween. So I was kind of in the Halloween mood. So I got this little Dracula #1. It's a 3-issue miniseries. I can't remember if this was a cartoon or just a book series or maybe just toys. I can't remember, but I remember Little Dracula from something other than the comics, I think. I could just be crazy. I don't know. But I'm not sure what the IP is, but I recognized it. So, $1, why not? And then Troll Halloween Special, guest starring the Max. I didn't flip through it to see if the Max is dressed up in Halloween costume, or if Troll is maybe dressed up in a Halloween costume, or if he's just like in one panel or something. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Let's see. Trying to see who did the pencils on this. I know Liefeld created it. It's Gabe Abarola. And then Chap, who's that cover artist? Yeah, Chap, yep. I know he was one of the artists on Extreme Studios in the mid-90s. So, trying to see. Oh, there's Max. He's kind of dressed up in a costume. Maybe like one of the, was he a chimney sweep or something? He's got an apron on. Butcher, maybe? I don't know. That's pretty funny. And Troll, I guess, he kind of just looks like Wolverine. There's Max with feathers in his hair. I don't know if that's like a regular outfit or just for Halloween. So, then they're fighting Dracula there. Looks like somebody might be Dracula. Anyway, I don't know. Pretty cool. It's always fun to see what kind of, Halloween books you can find. Let's see. Next, Titan AE #1. This is, I guess, Titan. I remember Titan AE, the movie, when it came out. Gosh, it must have been 98, 99. This is the prequel. It's kind of when Hollywood was delving into the adult animated stuff. I know because that stuff was all the rage in Japan, obviously, with Akira and Ghost in the Shell and all that. Princess Mononoke, that was a big one too at the time. That was before Titan AE, I think. This was more science fiction than fantasy. Those other ones are mostly, Princess Mononoke is definitely fantasy. Ghost in the Shell is not, but anyway. So Titan AE, this was like a 3-issue miniseries, I guess, for the prequel to the movie. I really like the art style. I couldn't recognize the artist on it, but it's a really cool cover. And I'll probably just try to pick up this miniseries. This is the first time I'd seen it, #1, so snagged that. Another weird indie one. This is Tales from the Stone Troll Cafe. Like I said, the pop-up shop, I was just grabbing weird stuff that I hadn't seen anywhere else. So that was the case with this book. It's just got a cool painted cover, and I think it's all black and white on the inside. So the cover is definitely the best part. It's kind of got a cool, bartender troll there. It's really cool. And some fun, weird swimsuit comics here. This is the Small Press Swimsuit Spectacular from June 1995. This is, I just noticed this, all proceeds go to the American Cancer Society. I did not ask if the guy with the pop-up shop was donating my $1 to the American Cancer Society, but I probably should have. Maybe I'll go back and do a donation in their name. But this one's fun. It's got I have no idea who that is, but it's got some of the weird indie books. I think there was a Milk and Cheese in here. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. I never got into that. I think that's Milk and Cheese, that book, but I know it's pretty popular with the indie folks. But yeah, just kind of weird swimsuit stuff. That's funny. And then one more weird swimsuit thing, the Sexy Women Limited Trading Card Edition. Got a strange looking Paula Abdul. I think that's Claudia Schiffer. I'm not sure who the Olympian is, but it's not really a comic. This is kind of like an illustrated encyclopedia is not the right word. Oh, we got Sherilyn Fenn in there. I like her. But then it's got the trading cards. So, Sexy Women. And then, so, it doesn't tell you their names on the backs of the cards. But, yeah, Kim Basinger, that might have been one of them. It's got it's got the art, Demi Moore. That's a good one, Sherilyn Fenn. Cindy Crawford. Oh, that might be Cindy Crawford. That might be who that's supposed to be. But anyway, this weird 90s stuff. Everything had a trading card or a poly bag or was a sexy lady. So another fun indie one. This is Shuriken number 6. Never heard anything. I never knew anything about this book. The reason I grabbed it's got the Usagi and the Cerebus toys on there. They really have nothing to do with the story or anything. I looked on the inside; it's all in black and white too. And there's just a couple panels with those guys in there, and it's not their characters. I think it's just toys that look like them. But it's weird, fun indie stuff for $1. I'm not gonna pass that up. And then I got a little run of these Myth Adventures books. I think I've showed off some of these before with the Phil Foglio covers. These are all Jim Valentino covers. These are pre-Marvel. When he started doing Guardians of the Galaxy, it look like they're all from '86. So I got number 9 there, number 10, number 11, and number 12. His art style really does, back in this time, it looks a lot different than what it changed into with Guardians of the Galaxy and Shadowhawk. It looks a lot like the Phil Foglio style that I like, much more cartoony style. So, but it's a Jim Valentino on there, so I guess that's him. They just influenced each other a lot. Last couple books here, got Restaurant at the End of the Universe. It's the adaptation of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy book. This is book 1 of 3. I've never seen any of the other ones while I've been hunting, so I'll definitely keep an eye out. This is it's a square-bound book too, so you can see that. So it's got some thickness to it. It's DC, so I don't know. I'm not sure when these came out, but big Hitchhikers fan, so I was happy to find that. And then last book, just another adaptation, Mass Effect Foundation. This is number 5. Just trying to get all the Mass Effect comics. One of my favorite video game franchises, so anytime I can find those for cheap, I'm going to grab those. And that's going to do it for this haul, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good Halloween, and I will talk to you soon. Later.